What is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Also make sure to hit that bell notification, that way you get notified every time I post a video just like this one. Without further ado, let's jump right into the topic of this video. Quick video today. I just wanted to touch on the running back situation and primarily our superstar running back Josh Jacobs. Now I know everybody's talked about this subject for months now, but some latest news has come out when it comes to the Josh Jacobs situation. Last week, Vic Tafur went on the Rich Eisen podcast show and he spoke about Josh Jacobs, what he expects from him moving forward.
I guess he'll be back before the first game of the season. He's not happy, clearly, I think. But kind of, we need to see the fate of running backs in this league. It's not a lot of leverage for him. I think to walk away from $10.1 million, which you get on the franchise tag, that's a lot to ask, no matter how mad you are. That's a big stand to take. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that. So my expectation is he'll be back before that first game.
So as you heard, Vic Tafur gave his opinion, essentially saying that he thinks Josh Jacobs will be back for week 1 of the regular season. And look, that's kind of what I was leaning towards as well. I don't think Josh Jacobs is going to sit out for the whole year. Leaving that franchise tag, all that money on the table, I don't think he's going to take his stance that far. But if you think about it, at this point, the regular season is not very far away. August 21st, we're about 3 weeks away before week 1 of the regular season. It's been very quiet on the Josh Jacobs front, and really we haven't gotten any indication. It really hasn't seemed like Josh Jacobs has made it clear that he wants to be out there right now in training camp, that he's itching to get back on that football field. Now, I don't want to come out here and say that Josh Jacobs doesn't want to do that, but you know what I'm saying. He hasn't made it clear at this point. But after Vic Tafur put out this opinion, a lot of people kind of ran with it. You saw on social media, a lot of people were saying that Josh Jacobs, that his holdout will end by week 1. But Josh Jacobs, who has always been very active on his social media, responded to one of these tweets by saying, "I don't remember saying this." Now, shortly after, he did delete this, so it's not up anymore. But is Josh Jacobs sending a message, or is he just trying to play mind games with the front office? Will he really hold out and miss games of this regular season to start next year? Look, the more we get closer to the regular season and him not reporting back yet, the more I'm starting to feel like I think he is going to miss at least 1 week. I'm really starting to prepare for the possibility that Josh Jacobs will not suit up for that first week against the Denver Broncos to open up the regular season. And you really got to consider it, just the situation right now with the running backs on this team. Really, this preseason was going to be a huge opportunity for running back Zamir White. Now, Zamir White was drafted last year by this new regime, and really everything seemed to trend towards the possibility that they plan to replace Josh Jacobs with Zamir White. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option. Obviously, Josh Jacobs goes out and has the best season of his career, and that really just derails all plans. But with Josh Jacobs holding out, really this preseason was a huge opportunity for Zamir White to go out there and play really good and show us some good things on tape and get us more excited about him potentially taking a much bigger role into this offense, being the running back 1 in case Josh Jacobs sits out. But unfortunately, really, Zamir White hasn't looked too good out there. In the first game against the San Francisco 49ers, you saw there was definitely some holes that he missed. He looks inexperienced out there. Really, nothing really flashed and popped off the screen when he played. And unfortunately, with Zamir White and just the whole running back situation not looking so great right now, really this benefits Josh Jacobs at this point in time. That's why I thought, the state of these running backs, the way they were going to perform in the preseason was really going to help our case to get Josh Jacobs back on that football field as soon as possible, because as the saying goes, the NFL stands for not for long. So if Zamir White was out here balling out, looking like he could be the next guy up on this team, then that would definitely put a lot of pressure on Josh Jacobs to maybe get back on that football field and potentially not risk him losing his starting job, which at this point, with just the way Zamir White has looked out there, it's very clear that Josh Jacobs is clearly the best running back on this team. It's not going to be very easy to replace him. Even if we go with the running back by committee, it's not easy to replace 2,000 all-purpose yards. But really, at this point in time, I think the leverage is really starting to favor Josh Jacobs. And he really might be willing to miss 1 or 2 games in the regular season just to see how this team performs. I mean, imagine if the Raiders start 0-2 and we can't get any resemblance of a run game going. If the offense begins to struggle because we can't run the ball effectively, well, that's just going to help Josh Jacobs' case moving forward into the next offseason when he's going to demand a contract. At that point, he'll have physical evidence showing, look, when I wasn't out there on the field, you guys struggled tremendously. This is the value I bring to this team. This is why I want this amount of money. But hopefully I am wrong about this. Hopefully Josh Jacobs can suit up for week 1. That's really the last missing piece of this offseason so far for the Raiders. I mean, the offseason overall has been pretty good. I liked our draft overall. We've been hearing good things in training camp. Jimmy G's got command of the locker room. He looked pretty good out there versus the Rams in that short drive. The overall identity of this team appears to be shifting in the right direction. You know, a lot of good things. Just the one thing we're missing is Josh Jacobs getting back on that team, being the captain on this team, and ultimately leading us into what could potentially be a big year for the Raiders and potentially a really under the radar type of season for Las Vegas next year. Also, another factor to consider is if Josh Jacobs sits out 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, at that point, will Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels really look at the situation and say, you know what, I think it's best we part ways now, and I think it's best that we try to find a trade partner before the trade deadline? Because they might just make the decision right then and there that they're not going to sign Josh Jacobs in the offseason. And if you come to that conclusion, you might as well go shopping and see if you can get any sort of value for him. But Raider Nation, Josh Jacobs definitely threw a curveball at us with this tweet. And as I said, really the longer and longer this drags out and Josh Jacobs still hasn't reported for training camp, the more I'm really just starting to prepare for the possibility that he's not going to be available for us week 1 of the regular season. And after that, I mean, who knows how long this could drag out. But Raider Nation, I want to get your guys' feedback on this. I want to get your guys' opinions in the comment section down below. Let me know, do you guys agree with me? Am I overreacting? But without further ado, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Anybody that's new, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.